Hello there, you're watching a new episode of HomePlaceFlorida.com. My name is Steve Feller with Future Home Realty. This episode is dedicated to talk about final walkthrough. Well, final walkthrough, that's a final inspection of the property right before you're closing on the property, right before you sign the document that says now it's yours. And the reason it's important because obviously when property gets inspected and takes some time, maybe a week or 2 weeks or sometimes a month to close the property because of all the paperwork, mortgages and this and that, and property is vacant, that may take time to develop some negative things in the property. For example, it could be a mold, could be a leak, water leakage, could be anything, sewer problems that become yours when you close on the property. And before you sign in, if you go through final walkthrough, by the way, always recommended to go final walkthrough if you get represented by a realtor, with your realtor. I'm your realtor, and if I represent you, I will always go with you on the final walkthrough because I have professional eye to point things and check things that needs to be done. I'll place a list of things just as a reminder under this video. But remembering about 15 years ago, when I was just starting as a realtor, my new career, I was representing a couple from up north. They were buying small townhome, a brand new townhome here in Tampa Bay area, and that time was a construction boom, early 2000s, and houses were flying back and forth just as quickly as possible. So all construction companies was rush to complete next project and move to the next project. So make story short, what happened is my buyers were not able to fly in for the closing. They were mail in for closing. So they asked me to go for the final walkthrough. And again, this is a brand new house. We were waiting during their waiting period and making all the paperwork for the house and mortgage. We were waiting for finishing construction of this house, this specific unit. So when I walked in one of the bedrooms on the second floor, this unit had broken struts. So what is this? It's basically a wood frame that holds your ceiling. One of the bulks on that wood frame was broken, and listen to this, that's nonsense. There's a contractor company or subcontractor company who did the ceiling for this developer. They didn't care, or they didn't pay attention, or they just didn't want to care about this. What they want just to finish the job, complete, and be done with it. So they saw the broken piece of wood and just work around it and just closed it with the broken ceiling. Believe me, the scene wasn't pretty. Well, first thing, I contacted a closing coordinator from that construction company, and I was told that they're not gonna hold the closing, and if my clients, the buyers, if they decide not to close today or tomorrow, then they'll be charged $2,000 per day penalty. Well, that was outrageous, right? So after making a few calls and asking my attorney to send them a small letter just to remind them about the laws and everything, guess what? They delayed, they just shut up, they delayed closing for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks. I was coming there at night and I saw people working there at night to fix this problem because they had to cut up the entire ceiling, replace the broken wood piece, and reseal it again. There was quite a piece of work, and they done it, they completed. My client happily closed, and they're living happily ever after in that unit. But again, this is just, I told you this little story just to show the importance, how important it is to make a final walkthrough. Because if you believe there's a brand new construction company that's doing the job, and they tell you all the stories, how eager they are to close and how eager they are to give you the best job they can, you'll be surprised that there are a lot of things that may not be done well. So I always advise my clients and not only brand new units, but reselling units, reselling properties, for example, condominiums, townhomes, standalone homes, single family homes. You need to do final walkthrough, because let's say if there is a property that's been on the market for a while and been vacant, and let's say the previous owner moved out of the state, right? So they don't care, they don't live there, they don't care. They gave it to a real estate company to sell it, and obviously everybody have to sell it. But after all the inspections complete and professional inspections complete and everything, they didn't find anything. Maybe 2-3 weeks gone since that, sometimes a month can be gone since that moment. Today is your day, or tomorrow is the day to close on the property. You walk in and you find a water leak. The pipe can burst. Their toilet can, can be a stoppage in the pipeline, so you can have unpretty smell in the property. You can have mold develop because AC wasn't working. Maybe AC get burned down, and you don't know about it because months ago was fine, and now it just broken. And once you sign the paper, now it's your problem. Now you own this, and you're gonna fix this. And believe me, there isn't pretty without AC in summertime here in Florida, and especially if you're in the peak season. Believe me, some companies will take advantage of this and they'll charge you top dollar to fix this as quickly as possible. So it is important that before you sign final paperwork and become a happy owner of the property, it's important to have final walkthrough done. Never ignore us. All right, so, and again, if you looking to buy something, please feel free to contact me. My name is Steve Feller with Future Home Realty, and my website is homeplaceflorida.com. You can find me also on Facebook, Facebook/homeplaceflorida. There's plenty of information there, my phone number, my email address. Contact me, feel free to give me a call anytime, no obligation. I'll always help you to, and be glad to answer all your questions. Thank you so much. See you next time.